Guys, if you're a subscriber to this channel and you actually like the videos that I post, as a reminder to myself and to you guys watching, don't take life too seriously. Don't take it too seriously. There is a time to take it seriously, but for the most part, just be chill. You don't have to be serious all the time. It's kind of, I used to be like that, but it's kind of stressful and kind of boring too. Today I just read a comment just now, and like the dude, like he was asking me to eat, and then he put the shit emoji. I was like, eat, and then I saw the shit emoji, and I was like, oh, eat shit, and like, oh shit. And I was like, it was kind of funny, and I replied, yes sir. Like, like, okay, the dude probably had a bad day, or he was probably just joking. I don't know if it's a girl or a guy, but the point is, I didn't really take it too seriously. It was just a joke. And even if he meant it like seriously, man, it's in his or her head. It's not in my head. You know what I mean? In that way, I think like it can't really affect me because it's in their head. It's not in my head. If I allow it to be in my head, then it'll be in my head. You know, to me, it's just a comment. It's just like words. It's just eat, and then there's a shit emoji there. I can choose to be like, oh yeah, it's kind of funny, or I can take it too seriously and be like, oh shit, the people that don't like my videos, man. That's why they asking me to eat shit. I can overthink it. I used to overthink shit, but now I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Some people they act impulsively, they act emotionally. I do the same sometimes, so I don't blame them, and they're probably gonna regret commenting negative things in the future. Even when I do like petty shit, I still do it. I used to do it a lot, but when I do petty shit, like normally like after like a day or two, I'll be like, man, why did I do that? Man, that was kind of petty. But in the moment, of course, you're emotional. You just think that that's the right decision. I completely understand that. I used to be like that. I'm still like that actually. But yeah, like don't take life too seriously, man. It really isn't that serious. We all die, and who knows how many humans have died before we were born. So even if we died somehow, like it's sure, it might mean a lot for your family, your friends, and all, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. And depending on how you look at it, you could live your life to the fullest and just give everything you have, or you could look at it the other way and be like, no, life is not worth living. So it's really how you choose to perceive it. It's how you want to play the game. So yeah, but I chose to not be a victim. I think that's step number one. Like everything that I do is my fault. But if everything I do and I do become successful, of course I have to give credit to the people around me. And that's just how it is. Even though I know that for a fact that if I did not choose to try to be successful, then I wouldn't be there in the first place. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't choose to strive, then I probably would still be in college and I would still be on autopilot mode. So, but at the same time, of course, the people around you, they do contribute, they do help a lot, in your success. So it's both, the yin and yang. You need both, and yeah, don't take it too seriously, man. It's just living life, just enjoying life as much as you can. Like seriously, like there is no reason for you to complain about anything in today's world. I think so. Compared to like 100, 200 years ago, if you're a slave and you worked your whole life, man, that must have been fucked up. I know I keep talking about slaves, maybe I want to be a slave. Who knows? I am a slave actually. I am a slave to dopamine. Dopamine. Gotta stop being a slave to that. And yeah. But yeah, man, appreciate what you have right now and just not take it too seriously. It all ends in the end. So chill. Take a chill pill and just have fun. Have fun while you're still here. Do your best or do your worst. Whatever you want to do. You know, I'm trying to not be politically correct all the time, because sometimes being too politically correct, you're not telling the truth sometimes, and sometimes you need the truth. But of course, you can't always say the truth all the time, because then, well, you're gonna piss everybody off, right? So there's a balance, always have moderation, always be in the middle as much. I try to be in the middle as much as I can. I don't know if you guys should be in the middle. Maybe you guys want to be extreme. Maybe you guys would be like, "Oh, I'm left side. I'm gonna stay here in my lane forever." I'm not gonna consider the opinion of the right side. They're idiots, so I would not listen to them. You could think that way, but I'm always just in the middle. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, the left, he has a point. She has a point here. On the right, yeah, the right has a point here too. Like, yeah, that kind of makes sense too. Oh, this one. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm always taking like both sides, the opinions of both sides, because both could be right and both could be wrong at the same time. So you might as well just learn from both and not just be in an echo chamber where you're just learning from one side. That's kind of like brainwashing. But hey, some might argue differently. But again, we live in a world of 8 billion people. You can't convince everyone to think the same way. You're gonna have enemies regardless of what you think, and putting yourself out there like me on YouTube, it is a risk. So yeah, probably gonna have some enemies, but it is what it is, man. Still gonna live my life as best as I can, and yeah, have some skin in the game, post some YouTube videos, be willing to look stupid, and maybe, and just maybe, you might get the rewards, or you might still fail. Yeah, humans, we're very afraid of losing, but I believe sometimes if you want to win big, if you want to win like the biggest prizes, you're gonna have to risk losing. You're gonna have to risk losing something, and you gotta be comfortable with that in some ways. If not, you don't deserve to win. Peace.